for the first time ever, we've got football Festivus on the Mad Dog Show. We will have an airing of Grievences. Probably no feats of strength. My wife wanted me to let you know we are not in my house. We are in my dog house out back. It's 10 by 10 where my English Bulldog, Queen Lulu, resides. So we don't have Georgia flags and rock and roll posters hanging in our house. We're joined immediately by Buffalo and Dogger, and I will let you just kick it off airing any grievances you have, and there are many.
Okay, I'm going to start off. My first grievance is I'm not saying we would have won the game, but the 4th and 4 review before halftime that led to a touchdown afterwards was a huge play that I cannot believe that they did not review. And the SEC came out and on about Wednesday said they did review it. That's impossible because Alabama snapped the ball 14 seconds later. So what was that? I have a grievance with the SEC.
Well, I have a grievance with CBS because they didn't provide that replay for the SEC officials to review unless they have their own cameras, which they don't. So somebody's lying.
I don't understand what happened during that.
Well, I'll tell you this. Nick Saban's no dummy. I mean, he had them up there so fast there was no time for them to, unless they had that shot right then to review, then, unless our coach just takes a flyer and thinks, well, maybe he didn't catch it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess we got somebody watching the TV too, and I guess before they got up to the line, we couldn't make that decision. Didn't want to waste a valuable timeout, but I don't know, man. I was kind of actually I had left my seat, and I was in the back there in the concourse thing because that's what I usually do. About 2 minutes or 3 minutes to go in this half, I got up and left because I was a little bit nervous. And I was with 7 other Alabama fans and me. And so I was like, I'm going to go out there and get a beer, get something to eat or whatever. And I saw the play on TV and was like, no, they're going to review that. That's not going to be a first down. We got the ball. And then when it didn't happen, I mean, I exploded. I almost threw up the hot dog that I had a half eaten.
Well, and I didn't know any of that. So then my phone starts going bananas with people freaking out about the play. Of course, we've got nothing to look at in the stadium. You got to look at it, I guess, because you were out in the concourse.
I watched the TV. I watched the TV as it happened.
Right.
My brother-in-law, who's in Chattanooga, a Tennessee guy, he texts me and says, "No way, that ball's not caught." Some relatives in North Carolina texted me and said, "No way, that ball wasn't caught." But by then, hell, they were almost, the next few plays later, Jermaine's in the end zone, and it had to be him to score that touchdown, I think.
Yeah.
I'll jump in. As a field goal kicker, you have to make a field goal. Right?
Well, I know, but we made a error and we moved, and the field goal kicker got a little bit long.
5 yards further, sure. Absolutely, that's like a play.
South Carolina game, and I know why do we miss against Alabama? He hadn't missed in the South Carolina game.
I know, I agree. You have to make those field goals, and then
you have to. But I mean, that's a 50-yarder.
It was, and then
the
terrible pitch going back was delayed a little bit, just barely, and they gave Alabama the ball. I don't know. I think Georgia. Obviously we beat them before, but I don't know. Alabama has some moxie or something that where they seem to beat us.
It's just a comedy of just things coming together that it always happens with Alabama. You've got the officiating issue, set that
Absolutely.
to the side. And then if it can go wrong, it goes wrong, right? The end around to Dylan Bell probably would have gone the distance. That we don't ever drop that ball, but we do in that game, right?
That's right.
Dropped it.
We never move on field goals, but allegedly we moved. I never saw it. Did we move?
I don't know. I just assumed we did.
Then,
I didn't go back and look at it, but
Mims gets hurt, which
Yeah.
causes us to reshuffle the entire line. And he's our best lineman. You mean you could say Cedric Van Pran is, but center's a little bit different. You have to shuffle everybody. And so, the running plays that had worked all year, now they just don't. I mean, we go from opening up these big holes at the beginning with Kendall Milton to we just don't open up holes.
Right. Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're opening up these big holes. And I think they had one holding the entire game, which is laughable, especially on the pass pro, because he's back there for 5 seconds. There's no way those guys are not being held. We get these ridiculous calls like horse collar that are just fabrications.
Yeah.
So it's just your typical nightmare game.
Well, it was. And I can't explain it. It's broken. You go in there kind of feeling that in that stadium. I'm like, oh God, I'm starting to feel it. I felt it when I set up, but that first drive, man, that was beautiful. I know it's scripted and all, but those holes were nice. That touchdown run by Milton on that one. And then, like you said, after that, man, it closed up and we couldn't reset the line of scrimmage to save our life.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Bobber, but it's nuts. I mean, that was the first time. I'm not sure of the exact stats, but we've been scored against first the majority of the time during the season.
So, being a kind of a superstitious, jinxy person, I know Mad Dog hit this much, but you and I went. And so I'm surrounded by Alabama fans, and they go, "Oh, this could be a blowout. We're going to get killed." And I'm like, you know what? I'm a little bit nervous because we scored like that. I'm thinking bad thoughts now.
Well, I mean, glasses half full. Does that now mean we can see each other and embrace?
I think it does.
A tender and warm-hearted embrace.
Did y'all see each other?
No.
Okay.
No.
But now we can. I mean,
now we can.
Over, man.
Now you can. Absolutely.
BB came out and busted us. So the thrill is gone, at least for the streak's sake. The thrill's not gone, but
you're welcome. Bobber needs to come to Bibb County, and we'll have the whole crowd here.
Well, yeah, we still need to have our Mad Dog banquet.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna have.
We should do that. I mean, maybe could you do it between Christmas and New Year's?
I don't know. I've got some out of town stuff I got to do.
Well, nevertheless,
Mad Dog, let's talk about the whole portal thing. I'm curious on your opinion on that.
Learn to love it. I mean, it is what it is. These guys now, we've opened Pandora's box. I read a great summation of this, and I got to give Guy Neal credit, Chris Neal's son. I mean, he is an encyclopedia of just constant information. And he sent me this, and it says it came from Dogs on Top. There's been a lot of concern and confusion as to why so many are leaving the team during the transfer portal window. And while some of them may be head-scratching and upsetting moves, most of them are necessary for both parties. Georgia, like most schools, plans to oversign in the 2024 class. Also, like most schools, they plan to bring in established and experienced help to replace the experience they're losing through various means such as NFL departure, eligibility, exhaustion, etc. The only way they can do it is through transfer portal-related loss. There are multiple reasons why a guy would leave. Maybe he wants more playing time. Maybe he wants more NIL or money. Maybe he could even be encouraged by the coaches that looking elsewhere is to their benefit. Some guys may seem like surprise moves until you dig deeper and see the coaches may favor ability over experience, but most transfers are easy to understand. But Georgia can't sign everyone they want to sign unless that attrition happens. There will be a few more guys who leave. Some will be surprising, but all in all, it will work out in the end. While I can't give away some names, Georgia's in play for some big transfers, so buckle up and enjoy the ride. And then there was another one that says, we're all looking at this whole thing, like it's a one-dimensional game of checkers, and Kirby's over there playing 3D chess. And so at the end of the day, I totally believe in Kirby. Obviously his track record speaks for itself. we went from so many years, our whole lives of, oh, if we could only get this guy to be our coach, if we could only get that guy to be our coach. Well, we don't have to do that anymore for the foreseeable future. So, it is what it is. Everybody's dealing with it. Um, you know, we seem to take a different approach, a different strategy when it comes to just, laying out the dough for these completely unproven players, i.e. Dylan Raiola, and that's a whole nother subject. But I really like our strategy. It's, you come here, we'll try and get you some money, but we're going to help you make the real money on Sunday. And if, playing immediately and getting a big paycheck is what you're looking for, then this is probably not the place for you. And that's really where Dylan Raiola falls. Big paycheck, plays immediately, plays at a school, where practices will arguably be easier. He's bounced around to 4 different high schools in 4 years.
28 months.
Yeah.
What you
And
just said right there, Dito, or Mad Dog, excuse me, was very impressive. We're going to help Georgia UGA. The Bulldogs will help you make your money on Sunday.
mm-hmm.
That was such a good statement.
Yeah, and so I've got mixed feelings about it, but it's like I said. I mean, you might as well just get comfortable with it because this is what we're going to be dealing with. And if you look at the positive side of it, it makes the offseason more exciting. With these guys coming and going, it's a lot more intrigue because, man, it's like the Wild West. It's like, NFL trading time on steroids.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm a historically a traditionalist and all that kind of stuff. I grew up and my introduction to football, sort of pro football. You knew Roger Staubach and Randy White and Ed Too Tall Jones were going to be on Dallas, and you knew Terry Bradshaw, Lynn Swann. It's kind of that. And so I don't know, it's just in me. And now and then I started kind of not worrying about the NFL as much when people just start jumping around and college football love. But I know we're in the mix for a big running back out of Florida, but man, it's hard to accept when Brenton Cox went to the Gators. He's my most hated player of all time, and now we could have a running back from Gainesville show up in Athens.
You're talking about Etienne, right?
Yeah, and I'm just, might call me an old man. I need to get used to it. It's hard for me to get used to.
Speaking of Etienne, I mean, I think the biggest knock on him is his lack of ability to block.
Yeah, and I don't see him wanting to come here because that's the surest way not to play much.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're thinking they can. We've taken guys that couldn't block in the past and taught them how. So maybe he's saying, "Hey, I'm an athlete. Show me the way."
Yeah,
I think
the Braves will take a relief pitcher who's got a 6.3 ERA, and everybody else say, "What the heck?" And they know we see something, we can tweak his arm angle a little bit, and then he turns out to be pretty good. So maybe that's what we think. I don't know. It's just hard for me to get used to. There's more college football stuff going around in my head now than there was 2 weeks ago before we played Alabama, because it's every second I'm like, oh no, he's leaving or he's coming or we may have a chance for him. It's crazy. Like you said, it's on steroids.
Yeah.
Well, you have the Texas quarterback, Malik Murphy, I think it's his last name.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, does Georgia even looking at him?
I mean, you hear rumblings about everybody. I haven't heard anything like catch fire and, that rumor get legs. But, I think everybody's kind of the opinion Beck's coming back. You got Gunnar Stockton, who'll be a third-year sophomore, redshirt sophomore. You got Pulisi coming in, who, by the way, has been my guy all along, and I love this guy because when he committed early, we signed Raiola. They said, "What do you think?" He's like, "I don't care. I'm going to come in and compete for this job." He never wavered. I think he's going to be a flat-out baller.
Yeah.
Do we possibly need a fourth guy? Probably. But whoever that is probably going to be somebody who's got to know coming in. If Beck's coming back, you're really not competing for number one.
Yeah.
Do
you think the Murphy rumor, and it is a rumor, it came on, well, that was on Twitter. I don't even know who sent it. It was what, LSU, UCLA, Georgia, and a host of others, few others expressed interest. Would we be in that it's like an insurance policy in case all of a sudden Beck was like, I'm headed to the pros? I mean, is that where that's coming from? Is that just what somebody thinks? Or I don't know. I guess, like I said, it hadn't got any more legs in the last 2 days than when I first saw it. So,
right.
I don't know.
I need to, from Dawger's gambling aspect, I need to see who the favorites are. But I would, just from my personal knowledge, I would assume Georgia is with Alabama, probably 2-1 gambling aspect to win the national championship next year. We obviously there is some consideration about who our quarterback's going to be. We don't know, but I agree with Mad Dawg. It's going to be Beck. So I just I like where we are. Our recruiting class is number one still.
Yeah, I mean this could still be a historic class depending on how it finally shakes out. So I mean I like where we are. I mean, let's get into another grievance. Forget how Florida State allegedly got screwed over, which they didn't because they're not a top 4 team without Jordan Travis. How about how bad we got screwed over? 3 points in our conference championship game. We go from 1 to 6. And oh, by the way, they're letting the number 1 team be proven cheaters. We didn't prove they cheated 1 time this year. We proved that they cheated 2 times this year. Their coach was suspended for half the year, and nobody cares.
Go, Bobber.
ESPN doesn't want to damage their product. That's what it is. ESPN doesn't want that black eye out there. They don't want you talking about the fact that they're cheaters.
Yeah, and if you have seen a guy who we've kind of not ridiculed, but we got on a little bit early in the season, Dion, of all people, came on a show. He made the rounds last week. They were asking him about FSU, and he's like, well, whatever. He's like, FSU maybe, but he goes, if I were Georgia, I would be going nuts because he's like, I think that's the team that got screwed.
Yes, he did do that.
We are 100%.
So, I mean, even Dion thinks that.
We are 100% the team that, and Herb Street thinks we're the 100% the team that got screwed, which we did. We were undefeated, beat everybody. We had run the slate. We just had a bad game, and Alabama beat us. There's no reason that Alabama should be in there instead of us. The Auburn game killed us with Auburn losing obviously to Alabama.
I don't know though. I think if they if Alabama doesn't complete 4th and 31, I think Florida State. I don't know. Would they have put Florida State?
That's close. Yeah. But Alabama would not have gotten in.
And nobody cares about Texas has lost to Oklahoma. That doesn't count, I guess.
No, nobody cares about that. Look, ESPN, for whatever reason, does not like us. Like, they glossed over how bad we got screwed. It's not even talking.
Mad Dawg is Pat McAfee. I can't stand that guy.
Well, I mean, ESPN has their own agenda.
They do.
That agenda is let's get Michigan in there because they got a huge fan base. Let's get a West Coast team in there, Washington, and the feel-good story of the Pac-12. Let's get Texas in there because we want that market. And Alabama has the biggest fan base of all the schools put together. So it's all about TV money.
Do you not think Georgia has a bigger fan base than any of those teams you mentioned?
Do I think that Georgia does?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know we got a bigger fan base than Washington, but they want the whole West Coast fan base. They want those people interested.
Wow.
They haven't even been a factor in what, 8 years?
Don't know.
We
I
have a special visitor coming in. Goes by Doughboy. Doughboy, welcome.
What's going on?
Well, we're just in here airing our grievances. We're just bitching about the CFP and the screwing they put on us.
I'm hearing it. I'm listening. Doughboy is actually not me, but I took his place.
So we should refer to you as Gutsy.
That'd be fine.
Man, I love the hat, Guts.
Just go, baby.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Very nice.
Tell me what you think about the Dogs.
Here's Doughboy right here.
What's up,
Hey, well, whatever you want to go by.
How y'all doing?
Doughboy?
I thought you were shy. What do you want to say about the Dogs? What did you think about the Dogs?
I didn't like the performance the other week, but what do y'all think about that? Is it 4th and 3, 4th and 4, 4th and 4, no call?
We think it's a conspiracy between CBS and Alabama and the refs to just not even give us a replay until I think 2 plays later.
Yeah.
Well, then the first play of the second half, our first big play of the game, they all of a sudden review a perfectly good catch.
Right.
Yeah.
51-yarder. The 51-yarder was.
Oh, let's look at this.
I think
Why are they looking at that? I don't know.
They let Bama beat us to whatever for the 12-team playoff to set that up.
Why do you say that 12-team? What? Explain that, please.
For next year, because there should be 6 teams this year, honestly, but they set it up because there's too many teams that should be in the playoff this year. So they're like, we have to do the 12-team.
Well, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Basically, that was kind of how they brushed it off. Like Georgia, They're like, oh, well, this will all get straightened out next year. But anyway, moving right along. These are the teams.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've got a cheater at number 1. But, hey, who cares? They've cheated twice. No big deal. If that had been Georgia, if Kirby Smart had been suspended to start the year and they got caught in a Connor Stallions-esque cheating scandal, they would have gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We'd still be hearing about it. They would have eliminated us. And
we would have been banned.
Yeah. We'd have the death penalty.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you think Kirby's on the hot seat?
I think Kirby is on the hot seat for sure. It is red hot up in Athens.
Yo,
The Farabas didn't play.
It's Friday night. There's no way.
Yeah, there are seats that are out there that are hot, and his is not one of them.
Yeah.
But then,
I want to see.
So you don't think Farabas? Do what now?
I was asking for Walden. Walden, what do you think about the reverse calls?
which one?
The reverse call where we had a bad pitch.
Oh yeah. Which one? The fumble.
Dylan Bell.
The reverse.
Oh,
inside
yeah.
the-
I think it was a terrible pitch from Carson anyways. But
It was. Yeah.
he didn't look.
You're exactly right.
Whatever that move is.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He didn't pay attention. It should have been almost a handoff of sorts.
Yeah, or he should have
He was trying to sell it.
made more of an effort to get the ball to him.
Yeah.
Who was it? Dylan Bell? It was Dylan Bell?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why Beck's got to come back. He's got to work on the little finer things like that.
Yeah. He's got to perfect it.
Hey, is Brock coming back for a to try to get another natty?
Where have you
Not
heard that?
Vandergriff.
Bowers?
Yeah, he's gone.
I haven't heard anything about him coming back.
But he's playing. He's playing against FSU.
I haven't heard
I don't
that
know.
either.
He's not Buffalo.
I've read that he is. Robert Buffalo. Do you agree?
I've heard that he may play just a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kuiper says he's.
that would play.
Yeah, exactly. Kuiper is Rob Buffalo. Kuiper says he's top 10 pick.
Yeah, he's not going to play in that game. Now, I did hear that Ladd, the 60% he's coming
You
back.
talking about my cousin again?
Yeah, your cousin Lad McConkey. Well, I think they call him in his hometown McGutsy.
Nick Gutsy.
No, seriously, because he hasn't played a whole season because of injuries. He needs to prove he can do that. So who knows?
What about Bama picking up that Michigan coach 2 weeks prior to their game?
That's a great point. That's a fantastic point. But he's been there 2 years ago, I think.
At Michigan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long ago he was there, but it is very curious that they picked him up just obviously to
Is he coaching?
And he was linebacker coach with the Cheater, right?
He was, yes.
Yeah. So there's got to be something there.
Yeah, I agree. Fully agree. I mean, look at Harbaugh. I mean, don't get Mad Dog fired up. He may go on a rampage right now. He may.
$1,000 to anyone who can get Connor Stallions on this show. Cash.
Who's Connor Stallions?
The Cheater, right?
You don't know.
Connor Stallions. All right, we're hanging up on you.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
You know who it was?
I do now. I didn't know.
He's in witness protection somewhere.
Harbaugh's going to the Chargers.
Yeah, he ain't coming back. That's for sure.
He's going to the Chargers. He's going to LA.
I had the Chargers +3 last night. And
not after the way the Chargers played. Their coach
W.
getting fired.
Or,
No way.
well, I did too.
Has he not been fired yet?
It was close.
that was a good one. Yeah.
Well, and
How
that
about
brings
Zeus punching it in for the first time ever in the NFL?
Yeah.
I know. He
Yeah,
got,
that
he got
was
one of the first touchdowns, I think.
He had the first touchdown of the game.
Congratulations, Zeus.
So Walton, tell us, and they may know this, but tell them for the final score of that game last night. What's the term?
Oh, have y'all heard about scoreagami?
Yes.
Of course.
So I've been keeping up with that. Was last night a scoreagami?
You would know. I know what score
I don't
but
know.
I don't know if it was.
I think it
last
was. I think it was.
That score had never
63-21's never happened.
in the NFL.
night. So Walden, this other guy with the red Georgia hat on is Rob Buffalo. He's very up to date on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So he probably would know.
Yeah,
well,
there's some people. There's some nerds about that stuff.
Rob is not a nerd. I promise you that.
Well, there
was
like a 0.06% chance of that score hitting last night.
Yeah, like halfway through the game.
It's kind of odd though because it was what 9 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Or was it 9 touchdowns?
I think it's 10.
Yeah, 9 touchdowns and all extra points and 3. Usually the scoregamis happen when it's like, you get a safety in there or somebody misses for a 2-point try. But this was
something weird.
Solid touchdown. So I'm going to research that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So so they had 63. So it was 9. It's 12 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 9 times 7, 63, and then and plus the 3. But saying that they were all straight touchdowns. No weird things, but that's a lot of points in an NFL game.
I had a friend tell me that it was a scoreagami, but
then I'll take his word for it. That's kind of an odd. That's a high number.
It's a weird score.
At 7:45, Walden was telling everyone to take the under on that there would be a touchdown scored.
No touchdown.
I mean, I'm supposed to be on the show to be the gambling guru.
Uh-huh.
I had the Chargers in the under last night. So.
Yeah, I did too. How'd that work out?
So, I wasn't even close.
All right, Gutsy.
Yo.
Back to your point of Harbaugh going to the Chargers, but Harbaugh's going somewhere. So in this scenario, this guy gets to cheat his ass off and then go to the pros, and nobody gets punished for anything, or unless the NCAA comes back 12 years from now and vacates the wins that they had with Connor Stallions, and then takes away their natty if they get it. So basically, nobody gets punished.
Yeah, he's riding out on the white horse, but yeah, I don't. They're making it personal with just him. I think at this point, maybe they can go back, in the future and penalize the program. But right now, they've been making it personal. And
Whether
like
the
if he rides away, then it's over.
But whether the players knew they were cheating or not, there's
Yeah.
still cheating occurring.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
those wins shouldn't count.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you're
So
cheating
my-
to win, so the win doesn't matter.
So the wins, right? So they shouldn't matter. So in theory, if he wins a national championship, which I don't think he will, the only punishment he would get is whenever the NCAA has their ruling 5 years from now, they take that away from him when nobody cares. So
Right.
it's like he's totally getting away with it.
Like
That's what would happen if they did do something about
it's
it.
like Bush and USC and all.
What do you how do you think Georgia would match up with spread wise with the 4 teams?
That's the question for Dawg.
Spread wise
That's
against
a
who?
Dogger question.
That's fine. Spread wise against who?
Against
All
all
of
of Georgia versus all 4 in the playoffs.
Against all 4. All right.
So
So
Michigan.
all right, Michigan, I would say same thing I said a couple weeks ago. I would say -6.
Georgia -6.
So we're favored against the number 1 team in the country.
Yep. That's I would say that. And then keep going.
Washington. God,
-8.
that might be low.
Total of 90.
Then we got Texas might be the only team I think in there that would.
I'd drop them down to 6.
And Bama, 3.
Well, I mean, I'd call that like a 2.
A pick 'em.
I mean, close to it, sure.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello, Angie.
Hello.
Don't
Come
worry.
on, Angie. Let's hear your grievances.
I can
Don't
do
want
totals
her.
too. Totals.
She'll start talking about the Gamecocks.
No, I won't.
Why?
I don't know.
If Georgia's playing the Gamecocks right now, I'd say 22.
20, here we go, Mom.
No, I love the fact you're talking about the gambling aspect.
I love some gambling.
Good for you.
He gets that. He gets that
You've done
honesty.
well.
Yes, he does.
Bobber, what do you think about the lines I just put out?
Pretty good. I would have had Alabama around 2. Probably be a 2-point favorite in that game. But I agree. Texas, I agree with Doughboy on Texas. That would be a little tight. I don't know. That'd be interesting to see. I wish we had a chance. I think Alabama's going to take care of Michigan.
I think Alabama's going to take care of everybody.
Do you really?
I do.
I
I think you put Saban in the playoffs. Come on now.
Yeah.
So-
Dabo's had some success against him, but
Your dad is
I
not.
mean, I really hope that you're not correct, Walton. I really do.
That's not me.
Yeah. What is that?
The image is reversed, but it looked like some sort of gambling ticket.
700
It's
Alabama.
that ticket that I sent to you that we bought. You were there in Vegas when I bought.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Buy that.
With the unnamed gambler.
How long?
Unnamed gambler.
March
So
5th.
March 5th.
You
Set
bet
for
the Dawg. Wow.
Alabama to win it all.
I thought this was after
Plus-
they got in the
it was
playoffs.
in March. So March 5th of this year is plus 495 for Bama to win it all, which is a long shot. And then they lose to Texas, extremely early, and everybody's freaking out. And here they are.
yeah. Well, when they struggle with South Florida the next week or 2 weeks
Right.
later,
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
it?
you're
10
like, man,
final?
what's going on? And I'm like, man,
Yeah.
they're going to have it worked out and watch.
Yeah, and here they
did,
are.
And they did.
They told me when I sent that to him, it's so disappointing and hurtful on so many levels.
I agree.
What
I didn't send me
hate
that.
is-
I didn't know it was in March. I thought it was the other day.
It was not for me. I did not want that bet and didn't believe in that bet. I just made it for someone else.
It was Scott.
What I hate is
Hey, no real names here, Doughboy.
Mad
Sorry.
Dog. Mad Dog had our tight end to win the good grief. I'm drawing.
I mean, if Bowers doesn't get hurt, he's in New York.
He is
Easily. Easily. He's probably the front runner.
I
if he
just threw a
doesn't-
complete blank. So yeah, Mad Dog. I think he would have won it. What were your odds on that with Brock Bowers? Like
Was it?
35-1 or something like
No,
that.
I got it. I got it. It was 100, and it came down to 60 when I grabbed it.
Okay.
For the Brock Bowers
Unfortunately,
Heisman?
got hurt.
Yeah.
So if,
So I
if
think-
Brock leaves, do you think Oscar Delp is filling that spot?
Well, he's filling it in. I mean, nobody's going to ever fill that spot all the way.
Yeah,
Which-
the making guy is going to fill it in.
Who?
Spurlin. I mean, Spurlin's
He's
more
good.
of a receiver. I mean, he played receiver in high school. He's like 6'7", 210. I mean,
Well, you love that. You love that.
They'll beef him up.
yeah. I mean, they'll beef him up, but they're going to have to beef him up a lot. I think he's going to be more of a wide receiver-esque role, maybe some sort of hybrid.
I like that.
I've got a grievance.
Yeah,
that is-
that's what we're supposed to talk about is a grievance. I have a grievance with Gutsy.
Uh-oh.
All right, Dave, what you got?
I got Alabama's schedule next year. Did y'all look at it?
I have.
Versus Western Kentucky versus USF at Wisconsin, big deal. They got us at home at Vanderbilt, big deal. Versus South Carolina, who cares? At Tennessee, who's continuing to decline. Versus Missouri, who won't be as good. At LSU, okay, maybe we've got a game there, but they're not going to be as good without Daniels. Then the big Mercer Bears come rolling into town
That's a big one.
before they have the Iron Bowl and then at Oklahoma.
That's not that easy.
That's off. That's
That's
easy.
not that hard. No, that's not that easy.
He's a Bama fan now.
Are you
Every
crazy?
I mean, you're
Every
saying
per-
Missouri's not going to be good. Tennessee, I mean, you're saying a lot of things there.
Yeah, I'm telling you that Tennessee won't be as good this year. Missouri won't be as good this year. LSU won't be as good this year, and neither will Oklahoma.
On paper, they shouldn't be. You're right.
Every
Georgia won't be as good.
Every pundit
Georgia should
has
be
said
just
that-
as good, if not better.
Every pundit has said that Florida has the toughest schedule in the country.
Yeah,
I'll put it to you this way. I'll trade schedules with Alabama 7 days out of 7.
All right,
Well, yeah.
so how's Georgia's not the hardest when you
I
have
agree. Florida.
We have three teams, do we not? Or we have two teams that are in the Final Four right now on schedule, right? Texas and Alabama.
We could potentially play this year's national champion 3
That's
times.
right, Rob.
Right.
You want to switch to mine?
Exactly.
On the 28th.
On the schedule in the SEC championship.
On the 28th.
Wow,
September 28th, we could.
that is a fantastic point.
Yeah, it is.
That was made to me by Chuck Hubbard the night that it all came out.
Did you just make that up?
All right.
Chuck made it.
Bad dog.
Chuck Hubbard
I got a
gets
question.
credit.
I got a question for you, Mad Dog.
What you got?
What do you think about Raiola and his Nebraska?
Well, we talked about that earlier. I mean, it doesn't surprise me because there's so many guys like that they want a big payday, they want to play right away, and they want to be catered to. And that's just not going to happen at Georgia, especially when we got to lay out the big bucks to keep Beck.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're the guy that's what you're looking for, we're not a good fit.
I don't think he's a good fit for Georgia anyways. He's been to four different high schools in 4 years. I mean,
and even less time than that. Buffalo, what'd you say? It's 28 months.
28 months.
Yeah.
He's enrolled in 4. He left 1, did 2, and enrolled the first day he enrolled. That was 28 months.
he's not.
So-
he's just not a guy you want.
I mean, and
Sounds like a Burton.
yeah. Don't even get me started on
D-back.
him.
I think
Yeah.
he's gone. So
He's going NFL.
Puglisi. No, I'm talking about Ray. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm talking about Raiola.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
I think
definitely.
for sure he's gone.
He's getting that
right?
getting that money. Yeah. And,
I'm a Puglisi guy.
Yeah. Or what about the gin guy we just got from Perry?
Educate me. You know more than me.
I'd have to look it up a little bit, but he's a preferred walk-on from Perry. He's pretty good, but quarterback, yeah. Just got him yesterday.
Won state championship.
He won a state champ. He's
got
like a
him?
Stetson Bennett. He's the Stetson Bennett guy, just like him.
Okay, so he's like 5'11", fast.
No, he's a little taller. I'm just saying, like the aspect of his game is like Stetson.
He's a little bigger.
He's bigger than Stetson, but I feel like if he were to play for Georgia, he'd be like more of a management type of guy,
Not that I
like a game manager. But
Not that I hang my hat on stars, but does he have what's his star situation?
I think he's a 3-star,
3-star.
which stars are stars.
Just like me.
You're a
3-star
five-star,
preferred walk
you're a
on.
five-star Gutsy, whatever. So
Yeah,
this
whatever.
Walden, this guy is he's a senior coming out of Perry.
Yes.
Interesting.
And they just won their first
I
national
know. I saw
state
that. I
championship.
did see that. Yeah.
I watched
There's
it.
There's no way he's
going
gonna. He's not coming into. He's
Walden's
not
trying to
going
pull
to
him up.
Athens and going to be a starter.
No. His name's Coulter Jen. He's a 3-star preferred walk on. I mean, I just said it to y'all, but
I don't know. Muschamp could start next year, right?
Like tomato?
I heard Muschamp's done, isn't he?
Is he gone?
No, I think he's graduating and just calling it a career.
he's sending letters to Jenny.
So who's behind Beck then?
Gunnar Stockton.
Yep.
Okay.
He Gunnar Stockton.
Come on, Walden. You don't know who Gunnar Stockton is?
I know, I do. I'm blanking on.
I figured you were going to tell me you'd hung out with him.
I probably have. But
Good for you. Like
yeah.
your dad.
Brock?
I spent a lot of time with Stetson. That wasn't too good.
Bobber, you have any comments on that?
No,
No, I would rather not say.
I can't add to that.
Walt did play against Kentucky's new starting quarterback.
I did. I used to play against Brock.
Play against
He beat us 63 zip
in what?
in football. It was my senior year.
Oh, when he was at Prince? Okay.
Yeah.
First round of the playoffs.
He was a beast. He could run.
Wait, y'all never lost 63 to nothing.
Yeah, he ran for 3 and threw for 5 or something like that.
Angie,
went all-
that was-
he
Angie,
went all
that was the
later.
game where you had the had words with the coaches.
Yeah.
That was the one.
That was when his mom,
That's
when Walton's mom stepped in.
That was a bad game there.
That was not my finest moment.
I respect the fact that you did that. I really do.
Somebody had to do it.
Right?
Well, that guy, that head coach, he needed to get go.
Hey, go boy.
I can't believe we're sitting here recording this whole thing, honestly. So, Walden, what's your opinion of the Dogs? How are we going to be next year?
The schedule's tough, but I don't know.
What do you think about it? So this is Festivus.
I don't like going
Festivus.
to Alabama. I don't like going to Ole Miss and to Texas.
Right.
It's going to be
no one
tough.
does, right?
And
Why
also
did-
trying to
and
predict
that is
that when
every-
you don't know who's going to be on the roster.
Yeah, I don't even know who our quarterback is.
Exactly. We don't even know who's lined up behind center. So
I know.
right now, we don't know.
Hold on. Hey, Angie's got something to say.
Y'all just said you don't know who your quarterback is. Is there a chance that Carson
He might
Beck
go
is
to
gonna
the
go
NFL. Yes.
Yep.
He's top 5 QBs in the draft. Yeah?
Buffalo, that's Walden's mom and Gutsy's wife.
Sorry.
Back to the background. Yeah.
No
He's
names.
not a
I mean-
lock yet. He's not a lock yet, Angie.
I think he should stay, develop more, and head out.
Well,
The schedule's good.
stay and come back and try and do what he hadn't done, and that's win a national championship.
Right. That's what he stated earlier this year, at the start of the year.
Right.
You want to win one on the field and came up short.
12-1,
That
man.
fumble
That-
didn't help. So,
Because he just made a terrible pitch that one time.
well, I mean, I
12
don't
and
know
1
if that
doesn't cut
caused
it.
the whole loss, but he come on, give it a shot. I mean, he had a great year. I enjoyed his play. I mean, he was better than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, definitely. Way better than I thought.
That pitch is going to haunt him for the rest of his life.
The pin's going to haunt me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't blame the loss on that, but it's just
No.
one of those plays that 99 times out of 100 we get
Well,
that.
it's just so avoidable, you know?
Right. It's an unforced error.
Exactly, yeah.
Was I know it's. I agree. It was, but I've seen some people say was Dylan cutting a little closer than normal.
I
you
think
know what I mean?
it looked like he might have been too close to his hip.
Yeah,
He was
I
close.
felt like he was
He
tight
was.
in there,
And the
I
toss
don't know.
just didn't get extended enough, you know?
So can I say something? I know this has probably already been talked about.
Say it.
No, I'm just saying, as far as, with them putting everybody in the playoffs and kind of screwing us. Alabama played as hard as they could play against us when we were not playing on our game. I mean, we did not play nearly as well as we played throughout the year, that game.
Yeah.
They almost
point.
lost to Auburn the week before.
So did we.
Come in lackluster Georgia team and barely beat us by 3 points. So why did they deserve to go in before we go? I mean,
because they
really.
got
You tell me and we'll
that
both
championship. The championship.
But I'm just saying. I mean,
It was the whole argument of that Alabama team that lost to Texas at the beginning of the year. They're a completely different team now, and Jalen Milroe is a world beater.
That's not true.
It is though.
Look, I'm not arguing.
Yeah. I was
true.
on Angie. They deserve because they beat us. They should
Well,
have beat us, but
They
I'll say-
barely beat us.
but they did beat us.
They beat us. And I'll say this: the SEC champion should all go to the playoff every single year. Obviously. I mean,
Well, it depends on if they're 7-5 and beat us.
well, yeah.
Look, how about this? Michigan's cheating aside, the team that I have the biggest problem with being in there is Washington. Washington
Why?
barely skated by. They barely skated by against Washington State. They had to pull one out of their rear end, and they did that all year
Hey.
long.
Hey, they
Rob,
beat Oregon twice. They
Rob,
beat
They're
Oregon.
give me your
not one of the
opinion on
four
that.
best teams.
Oregon passes
They're-
the eye.
Rob,
Look,
But they-
Washington
Rob,
is
give
this
me your
year's
opinion on that.
TCU. They're this year's TCU.
They beat Oregon in the regular season, and
Twice.
then they got after them again, and that was it. I mean, that's their
Yeah,
ticket.
you got to put them in.
I understand that, but I
If
still
they skated by, maybe they can beat TCU this year. I mean,
I
You're
don't think
giving-
they're the TCU.
So
y'all are giving credence to the Pac-12 that I am not giving.
No, me neither. This is my question: is who's dominating out of the four? Alabama.
Alabama, 100%.
I don't know, man.
Stop.
Texas may have something.
It's almost better this year for Michigan to win it all, so they can take it away from them later.
Where's Dogger? The Dogger isn't on here. Dogger, where are you?
I'm right here.
I can't see you.
We're not allowed to reveal
You'll
his
never see me.
due to gambling
okay.
issues.
Nothing
Yeah.
to see here. Move along.
Yeah. Gambling is not legal in Georgia. So,
His identity
Forgot
is a
about that.
closely guarded secret.
Alrighty.
I know who it is.
this is all recorded for some reason. You have Bobber up there with a great Georgia hat and awesome background.
Yeah, is that Stetson back there?
It
That
is.
is that is the
I like that.
stick.
I like that.
Yeah, he knows Stetson. He does.
Oh, okay.
I got a little bit.
Gutsy,
Of truth. That's
Gutsy, where'd you get the disco hat?
That's my hat.
Angie got
Oh,
it.
that's your hat. That's a great hat.
I got it. Drifter merch.
Oh, you know those folks, right?
Sorry, Bob.
Well, I mean, I know
Yeah.
who she is.
They're kind of or
They're out of Charleston.
Charleston, yeah.
All right, Mad Dog. This is all
Yeah.
recorded. Obviously, this is going to be changed somehow, but this is all Festivus. Are we done?
Right.
Festivusing?
For the rest of us,
Yes, Festivus is being recorded. Come here.
I love the fact that Gutsies are all together and we're bitching about what we want to bitch about. But Buffalo's sitting over there wondering what we're going to bitch about next.
Yeah, I am too.
What I wanted to
Go,
what's
Mad
the
Dog, what you
opinion?
got?
What I wanted to ask, my plan for tonight was what's the opinion of the Dogs next year?
Well, I don't think we can answer that now because we don't even know. I mean, we don't know who's going to be on the roster. It's hard to.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I think we're going to lose. I mean, I'm not going to look at that schedule and say, oh, we're going to go undefeated like I did this year.
Say hi.
So I think
Look,
we may
another
sustain
ball.
a couple of losses next year. I think.
Yeah.
I think we'll
Who
be
do
in the
you think those
playoffs.
losses be?
I think
to?
if you take the team we had this year to next year, we go undefeated, win the national championship. But that's not the case,
I disagree with that. I mean, we have, like Rob said, we don't know what the team's going to be this year or next year, excuse me, that we have then. So I don't know. I feel confident.
Nor do we know what our opponents' teams are going to be. We don't even know who they have. I mean, it's so
right.
crazy up in the air. I mean, I can't even get used to it. Right?
But I love what Kirby does from a preparation standpoint. And just make sure that we're ready to go.
I heard Feinbaum on the radio here yesterday.
Did David just fall down, or is that the Davis?
No, that's Scott.
Mrs. Gutsy.
Sorry.
That's Mr. Gutsy.
Mr. Gutsy to you.
Anyway,
Not to
Feinbaum
me.
stated that the number one program in the United States, as of yesterday afternoon, in his mind, was He's like, Kirby has way more runway out in front of him than anybody else.
You did hear that,
The
right?
way he runs it and everything, that's it. So
And you look at what we have as a GM, or not GM, obviously, but an AD, and everything we do as an organization or as a university. I think we're run well. The loss to Alabama, they're not getting into the CFP. We're still going to be the best organization in the country.
Yeah.
it would have been a whole lot better to lose against Ole Miss at home and then beat Alabama.
Man, what a great point.
What a
I say we come back better than ever next year.
That is a good point, Buffalo.
It
We would have gotten in.
I hope you're right.
What a great point. That's a great point.
That is. Because we would have gotten in.
Yeah.
We would have.
All we had to do is win that game, and
We lose at Ole Miss.
thing that I just
Lose any game we're in and beat Alabama.
The
Like
thing
Alabama
that kills
did.
me is we've had a lot of chances to step on Alabama's throat and kick them out,
It's because we're the underdog. We're favored every time.
and we just can't. We just need to get. We did that. We did it in Indianapolis. I mean, we got them out, but I'm talking about in the SEC
We seem
championship.
scared.
We could have vanquished them a couple of times. We haven't done it.
0-4.
But here's the deal. It's not like we're the only ones that's happening to with Alabama. We're the only ones that have slayed the dragon.
Yeah.
We have.
I mean, you're looking at you're going up against
From? Oh,
the
yeah.
monster.
Needs them back because
They're not. I mean, I am 100% tired of hearing that they are the monster. I really am.
Well,
You're tired of hearing that Alabama?
We are now the monster. We should be the monster now.
Well, we would have been able to.
We would have been if we beat them.
We could have conclusively said that if we had won that game.
yeah.
I totally agree. But
That was the
that's what
decider.
makes me so angry. We should be the monster. We have won 2 national championships in a row. If we would have won that game, we would be after 2, in my opinion, we were. But we went into it. So here's my bitching aspect, that we didn't go into the game that way.
What way?
With the confidence that we are the best team in the country.
Well, part of that was I swear I did not know Brock was as hurt as he was. I didn't know Ladd. I thought that was
Great
all
point.
keep him healthy during Tech, and they were actually hurt, and I didn't know that. And so I thought we were all good, but really we were once Mims goes out in the second series, man, we're about as hurt as we've been all year. So
True. Very
it
true.
was just the lineup of the circumstances we were about as banged up, and I'm not going to be like them, but I'm saying it was a disadvantage. It was not an advantageous matchup as banged up as we were, and I didn't know we were that banged up, but we were.
That was a problem.
Yeah, Mims going out just totally changed everything. We could not open up holes. See it in the stadium. We were not opening up holes. So the calls that Bobo made during the year on those runs that had worked weren't working because they just weren't. I mean, those guys were getting to the line of scrimmage and they were waiting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's obviously brought up a lot of conversation about the offensive play calling. That we had X amount of what do we have 86 yards rushing.
Some of that, I mean, a lot of the offense was maybe the production was down. I mean, I think Bowers couldn't hardly even cut, so he's just running kind of straight during that game.
He was running straight. You're right.
And so
are you saying he just was in there as a decoy?
No, he cut some balls, but
he wanted it. He just couldn't cut.
Could.
It was all straight line.
And I have a feeling that they knew that pretty quick, so that changes their defense right there.
So yeah, this guy can't do it.
But our rushing yards was the lowest of
when McConkey limps off every other play and catches one of the hobbles off, and you don't have a tight end at full strength that's the best tight end we've seen maybe perhaps ever. You could make an argument. Yeah, the rushing was hard to get because we
didn't get over 100 yards. Is everybody okay with Bobo as the offensive?
I'm not.
I am.
David and I disagree on that one.
Okay, well, what about his performance this year did you not like?
About Bobo's?
Yeah.
It's so predictable.
I mean, I hear that all the time, but I mean, how are you scoring that amount of points per game if it's that predictable?
I agree.
Because we had a cushy schedule.
And Mad Dog, we didn't score a bunch of points per game. We went under, I think, 85%.
Four things and they're all
under a bunch of games.
Think about our close games with South Carolina.
We averaged 40 points per game. We're like the top 10 in the country.
We did.
Think about
yes.
Our game with South Carolina.
Wow.
Our South
4
Carolina
points
game,
in Lunkin.
our Auburn game. Our play calling was horrendous.
All I care about is results.
Well, I mean, results count, but I mean, you're talking about all these stats of 40. How many points a game? 40 points a game.
Yep.
But we didn't score 40 against South Carolina.
I'm sorry, guys, but I mean that means if we scored average 40 points a game and we went under, according to Vegas, 80% of the time, that means our defense was that good.
I agree, which means Bubba sucks.
It was pretty good.
Well, then you could say Schumann sucks for allowing Bama to score 27 points in the SEC championship.
That's the thing about it. That was one of our lowest scoring games, and we didn't. I mean, we played so poorly offensively, but we were still only missed a field goal, still only lost by 3.
Mims is what killed it, man. That's what killed the whole thing. When you have that kind of dominator come out and you reshuffle your whole O-line, it's just not going to be the same.
I agree.
Yeah, because you got somebody trying to block down
over this, so I can do the
and another who's going to the NFL. You needed that. You needed Mims out there.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's gone, and
we got used on the front.
You're moving Xavier Truss from Rhode Island over into Mims' spot, and I don't even know who you got putting in Truss's spot, and it's not like Truss is any kind of world beater to begin with.
When you bet.
You got Tate Ratledge moving around, and he doesn't know what he's doing.
I hope he comes back. I'm hearing he may come back.
I think he will.
I do too.
I think he will.
He definitely comes off as that blue-collar lunch pail type with a big, strong mullet.
Yeah, I don't think he cares much about the NFL.
Do you ever run into him around campus?
He used to live next to one of my friends over on like North Side, but I never ran into him. I would see. I knew where he lived, but
I think he'd be fun to hang out with at a keg party.
Yeah, probably. Somewhere with beer and cigarettes where he'd be.
I don't see him. I could see him drinking beer, not so much on the cigs.
Yeah,
Which one?
Ratledge. But no, he's a baller though.
And, you know, he missed that whole season from the Liz Frank foot injury.
Yeah, my roommate just had that actually.
Those things, man, there was a rash of those that came on out of nowhere for like a year where everybody was getting them, and now they've just kind of gone away and been replaced by the high ankle sprain.
Walden almost died 2 nights ago.
How?
No, Doughboy almost died, but
I'm sorry, Doughboy. Oh, my bad,
I
Doughboy.
had a dryer fire in my house, but
Yeah.
it's all good.
Fire department, everything at 3 a.m.
What?
Their blankets
My-
blew up
my-
in their dryer.
my blanket
They
blew
were on
up.
fire.
Doughboy, you have to learn to put the lint out of your dryer.
Kid right
That's
before.
the first thing the fire department said. I swear.
Yeah, the first thing the fire department said, he's like, "Yeah, I know what happened. You didn't clean out your lint thing." I was like, "Yeah, I did."
Why are we talking about that on the Mad Dog Show?
I don't know.
It's Georgia, baby.
Because it's a hard hitting personal story of tragedy avoided.
I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't need to talk about that.
Tell everybody that you're going to be 21 this weekend.
No.
We are way off subject.
Yeah, let's get back on it. What you got for us, Mad Dog?
Man, I've kind of aired all my grievances. I've gotten all the Michigan stuff off my chest. I've gotten the CFP off my chest. I've got Alabama officiating off my chest.
What about Florida State?
Florida State, I mean, it's like I don't have anything to bitch about them other than I'm bitching at them for thinking they're a top 4 team and should be in, because that was kind of the diversion for everybody. Hey, everybody, let's talk about Florida State and how bad they got screwed, and forget about us who got screwed worse.
Exactly. No one talked about us. They put us. They threw us in the what, 6, and we're like, whatever.
Yeah, 5 place drop. Yeah,
Which
never happens. Ever.
TCU lost their conference championship last year and stayed the same.
Yeah,
we dropped 5 spots.
That's crazy.
it's literally inexplicable.
Against the best team ever.
It just drives me crazy. It's been hard for me to talk about, quite frankly. Like,
It's
people
been
bring
a
it up, I'm
terrible
like,
2 weeks.
I don't want to talk about it. I mean,
You know
there's
what? That's why we have
nothing you can do to change it. There's nothing you can do to change it.
D-Dog, or Mad Dog, you're supposed to. The Festivus is all about getting airing your grievances.
I mean, I've aired my grievances. I've talked about how bad we've gotten screwed. My biggest grievance is it cannot be fixed. It's unfixable. We got screwed. Just enjoy it, because that's what happened.
Just gotta take it.
Except we have a state representative. I can't remember his name. Is it Representative Moore? He's trying. He claims that he sent a letter out to all grades of people, and he says that that he demands that the state of Georgia, the people of the state of Georgia, demand that the Orange Bowl be allowed to be a part of the CFP this year, and there needs to be 6 teams.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Well, I say this: if nothing else, we should claim that the winner of the Orange Bowl is the runner-up.
I agree. At least 3rd, but
runner-up.
I never like being on runner-up. I want to be the winner. So,
you want to be 6th, because that's your choice right now.
No,
6th or nothing.
Yeah, 6
All
or
right,
2.
So out of with Walden on the phone too, he's taking place of Bird, I guess. So the line in the Alabama-Michigan game is a pick. Okay. And the line
it is right now.
That's what I'm looking at. Yes. And the line of the Texas-Washington game is a Texas -4.
But just do this.
I like that.
Go to Facebook and just search.
I think Texas covers easy.
So Walden, all right, hold on, Walden. What do you D-Dog or Mad Dog?
Should Georgia lose to Florida State, we'll tumble out of the top 25 altogether. That's what I predict.
Should they or will they? Should they or will they?
I said
Kirby is fired.
I mean, who knows? We might just not even show up. Everybody's gone to the portal or gone to the NFL or sitting out.
Come on, Mad Dog.
Phone it in. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
not,
man.
come on now.
No. Come on. Go Dogs.
I'm go
Yeah, Mad Dog.
Dogs.
That's not the attitude to have.
I'm go Dogs. I think we'll win. Should we lose, we will tumble out of the top 25 altogether, and everybody will say I told you
We
so.
will not.
Saying, hey, it's Festivus.
You're Mad Dog. Come on, man.
Festivus.
Bobber?
I think
What are you asking for me?
I'm asking you, should we fall out of the top 25? I know the answer.
Well, I don't know. Based on recent history,
Oh, come
we should
on,
probably drop
dude,
down about
come on.
20th, tie for 20, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll tie who?
Tulane.
Save your information for this.
Yeah,
You
we
logged
had a
in?
dead heat with Tulane.
yeah.
Hey, I've got a special guest coming in.
Love it.
Is it Emma?
I hope not.
Are you getting in?
Come on.
I think I know who it is, and Mad Dog is gonna hate him.
Oh, really? Oh, no. Is it Gene Hatcher? Is it Gene
No,
Hatcher?
It's worse than that.
Is it Nystrom?
Or
No,
Rob.
it's a Florida
Sorry,
State
Rob.
fan.
No more guessing.
Okay, no more guessing. Florida State's fine. I can deal with Florida State.
And Florida, he's a little
You
mixed.
don't have to.
I'll completely do a 180 on my rhetoric.
He doesn't even know who that is.
It's all right.
Andrew Rothschild is what I'm hoping for, but it's not the case.
Yes. Put your game back on.
FaceTime somebody in?
Yeah, he's coming in.
Who you got?
Tell him I'm on here too.
She's
Dog, are you got a hook in Rothschild's mouth?
He can't decide whether to put his Gamecock or his Florida State hat on.
Gamecock of Florida State. Man.
He's trying to.
Liz didn't know how to do the live thing. She found the Mad Dog.
What are you doing, dude?
Who is it?
Does he even know who it is? Fritz? You know Fritz
I don't
Hoffmeister?
either, man. You just-
No, Fritzy.
Oh,
His
you blew it.
nickname- His nickname is Cock.
All right.
Chris, you working on it?
Bobber, I'm sorry, brother.
All right, so let's see here.
Sorry.
Let me talk to
else?
Dawg or Mr. Gambler. Shit.
Go, Walden. Ask me.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to come up with something. Do you have lines pulled up right now?
I do. Yeah.
What's the Georgia Florida State?
14.
Good Lord.
Us 13?
14.
Where's mine?
You think we cover that?
I thought it would be 10.
Yeah.
But yes, I would say yes.
Trying, Fred?
I think I would say yes as well.
Auburn's 2.5 against Maryland. That's a weird one to me.
Surprised they made a bowl game.
How many games you go to?
I went to probably 4 home games. And that's about it.
Hey,
Ole
D-Dub
Miss.
or Mad Dog and Rob, you're really gonna enjoy talking to Fritz if you can.
Yeah, it would be funny.
Yeah.
Is he coming home? He's trying.
I'm working on my own guest over here.
Is Fritz
I want to get some of my buddies in here.
He so this guy, real good buddies with Angie. He went 8-0 in the Colt last week.
The cult? What's the cult?
In the
I
what?
thought-
Cold.
I thought the first rule was
That's the Colt's just some secret thing that I do.
Could I get into that?
No.
guys,
Yeah,
I think I may have a
Yes,
line
you
on
can. Yes, you can. I'll allow you in.
I got a line on Pulpwood. I may have-
Really?
Uh-oh.
Dogger, I'm ready for your next golf major thing.
You're welcome.
That's fun. I love that.
You're
That's so
welcome, man. That's awesome. Wait, Mad Dog has a line in on Pulpwood?
Yeah, hold on. This is him. Hold on.
Woohoo!
Pulpwood, is that you?
Rothschild.
Hey.
What's the number?
That's right.
Be right back.
This is so funny.
No, I love it.
Everybody disappeared on the screen.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
But if Popewood, and I'm always incognito, so don't worry about that. Hey, Gutsy.
Why can't we see you? Oh yeah, you can't.
You
Be.
can't.
All right,
Because
there's
I'm-
Buffalo.
Because I'm fat and I don't want my face to be seen.
Should be able to talk and not.
I don't
Show
give
your
a shit
face.
about seeing myself. But they Rothschild's on the phone.
Rothschild. We're saying names now.
Popewood, he's a fraternity brother of yours, Guts.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I mean, not that I know of. Must have been
He is
younger
in
than
the
me.
same fraternity.
I get that. Was he many? Is he like? Is he 30 years old?
He's he is my age. Maybe you're younger.
That 70.
Exactly.
Learn how to do that.
He's
What
probably,
happened, Matt?
he's probably 52.
Yeah. Oh, he's way after me.
He's a good dude. He's the one that I don't know if he's on there or not, but he's the one that does the impersonations of Dooley and different people.
Oh, really?
Yeah. From Columbus, he's a good guy.
I have no doubt.
And I don't know where Andrew and Buffalo went.
There's Buffalo.
There's Buffalo. Yeah.
Have a bathroom break, for God's sake.
Here comes
Buffalo. Is this your are you in a man? Do you have a man cave?
Can I turn this light on?
I'm in the basement.
Yes,
So
it is a man
eventually,
cave.
yes.
Yes.
You got like a
I think I worked it
recliner
out
house behind
He does. Is it
agent
coming?
and also real quick, tonight's Festivus is sponsored to you by Budweiser Zero. All the great taste of Budweiser with none of that pesky alcohol. Not that I'm against alcohol. I encourage you to drink up this Festivus. But I do think we will have shortly a call from Pulpwood.
Are we getting Fritz on here? Maybe not.
No, Popewood is a great guest.
And he will be fielding questions.
Bob, are you ready?
Yeah.
I told him that you would, the two of y'all would have a great banter, is what I told him.
Well, we might.
You
Okay, I'm going to shift. We've kind of exhausted all our problems.
Stop. Go away.
I'm listening to you, Rob. Let Rob.
And
Mike, hold on. I got Pulpwood.
all right.
Yes, go ahead, Pulpwood.
Hey, how everybody doing this evening?
We're doing good.
Good.
I just wanted to, first of all, let me know who on the program this time, because I know Rob Buffalo, I know a lot of different guys that associate with the program, because I know David, he and I go way back, but I really had a chance to sort of tune into everything I've been talking about. I know it's a changing time, as they say, in college football. I don't even know. I mean, back in my day, it wasn't nothing like this, man. You played with Coach Dooley. You had to play for your scholarship. You had to keep up your grades. But I didn't do this before. But some dude give you $10 or $15 at the gas station, man. You have to tell that you're gonna get in trouble. Nowadays, man.
Yeah, we can leave it on.
Three big mags. Things have changed a whole lot, but anyway, so what everybody what's the general consensus among y'all about all this bullshit?
Well, we're upset, damn it. I mean, we feel like we got screwed. We went from number 1 to number 6. And, we don't care about FSU. They had no business being there. I say Washington had no business being there. I mean,
Or Michigan.
Us being the number 1 team in the country for 82 years and losing by 3 points in the SEC championship and getting just left out.
Man, it's crazy. I think all the football fans feel the same way. I mean, you lose one game basically in 3 years, and you lose Alabama on the other best team. Lose to them in the championship game, not even a regular season game. You lose one game in 3 years, and they gonna beat y'all, man. It's ridiculous. It hurts. It hurts for all of us. It was a strange year because Alabama just happened to play one another and threw a wrench into the whole situation. But you can't ever convince me that Georgia's not among the 4 best teams. I thought a lot about it. I think it's weird because when Auburn lost to Alabama on that Hail Mary, that really, I think, really, that really, I don't know if I'm encouraged, man. It really helped things up because I think if Alabama coming there 10-2 to Atlanta, they ain't gonna have that same level of motivation, and they ain't gonna have that same level of focus. And I think Georgia beat Alabama if they lose to Auburn, but they knew that they had a chance to get in, and of course they beat us. I ain't couldn't make no excuses about it because of the referee, but I think it's crazy, man. Every year it's just some weird shit that happens, man. Still love Georgia, and hopefully next year we'll be able to come back and.
Hey, Popewood, I'm very sorry to interrupt. This is Dogger, Colonel. What do you think about the line on the Georgia Florida State game?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that because they got us right behind them, talking about the playoff community. And if that don't illustrate how ridiculous, they're going to put us behind the team that we faced with about 15 points. I mean, it just makes you think these people don't fight, man. You can't take nobody serious.
That's right. That's right.
It is ridiculous. I mean, having said that, now I don't know if I'm gonna lay no 14 because you don't know in this day and age who's gonna play, who's gonna opt out, who's gonna be motivated to play in a game for a team that was looking to win a national championship third straight. I don't even know, man. I don't know if they're gonna care about that game, but I believe Georgia's gonna win. I just think that it's a risky proposition to lay all them points. Especially in Florida, because they playing in their own state. But I don't know. I mean, what I might do, I might wake up on December 30th. I might start drinking some cognac. Yeah,
I love it. I think the Dogs are gonna roll against Florida State, and I love your opinion. I know you're very involved and you love the Bulldogs. But I do think that Rob Bobber has a question for you. I do think.
Yeah. Pulpwood, I wanted to know.
Say it again. I'm trying to keep my wife and my girlfriend separated.
Well, that's funny you should say that because I wanted to know how Big Booty Ruby reacted when we finally lost.
Oh man, Big Booty Ruby got Georgia, man, and there was a girl that I dated, so to speak, by the name of Ruby. She had a big old booty, called a Big Booty Ruby. But she in jail right now, so I know she ain't listening.
I hope Big Booty was there to watch the game.
So I'm gonna ask a question.
Okay.
Alabama and Michigan, how y'all feel? I think the last time I looked at that line, Michigan or Alabama played about 1 or 2 points. You know, everybody think Alabama gonna whoop Michigan. I ain't because if you Alabama, man, but when they play us, man, they look like Superman, man. But when they don't play us, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Georgia would have beat either of those teams other than 2 weeks ago. They would have.
Say that again.
Well, Georgia would have. We missed a field goal, and we had a bad pitch. The Dogs are
that's right. I love Kirby is my man, but you cannot tell me when you 1-5 against me that there ain't something going on right now, man. Now, we got them next year at Tuscaloosa, which is bullshit. Play them 2 times in a row at Alabama. They ain't no one win that game. James Milroe, he's improving. I mean, if we win that game, I'll run naked down Millers Avenue.
I will be.
Hey, Texas did it.
What do you think? What do you think about Michigan, who's been caught cheating twice this year? Nobody just seems to care. Just, hey, don't punish them.
I'll tell you what I think. I think this just illustrates what a ridiculous world we live in. I kind of feel like I sound like Charles Barkley tonight, but we got Florida State can't get in to the playoffs, undefeated, ain't lost one game, 13-0. They talking about their quarterback injury, so they're not good enough. But yeah, we're gonna live in a team that's basically admitted to cheating openly. But that's fine. That ain't no big deal. I mean, if that don't tell you that you got a problem here, man, I don't know what will.
I could not agree more.
If you go undefeated and don't make the playoffs, what's the point of playing?
I think I don't think that they would win, but I think just the way they had things set up for teams to leave them out was ridiculous. It defied logic. It defied everything they ever done in the past. So I think it was crazy. But look, my pasta have arrived, and I look forward to hope to be on the show again. I love y'all. That big God bless you.
Thank you. Great to have you.
Yeah, let me interject here. Thanks,
man. I got to be out there hustling.
No worries. Thanks, brother.
I hear you.
All right, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Go Dogs. Go Dogs.
Well, we did it.
Guest coming in.
Finally at Wolfwood.
Special guest on the way.
Now we've got somebody else joining us. We got Fritz coming in. What? I see a girl. Oh, she went off camera.
She went off.
You are on. You have joined Festivus. What's up?
There he is.
Oh, you're in.
The Fritz Meister. Hey.
Don't hide. Now, if you're going to come on here, you got to show your face.
All right, first question for Fritz is, because Fritz,
How bad is your team?
he's been
suck?
to every Florida State. No, he's been to every Florida State game though, because his best friend's kid plays for Florida State.
Okay.
So
Why will he not show his face?
What's going on?
Just like me.
There he is.
There he is.
Poor
Ooh, he's
Buffalo
looking
does not
good.
know Fritz at all. Y'all have never met. But I'll say that Fritz went
You're
8-0
muted, Fritz.
last week.
Fritz, you're muted.
You do not know how to work this thing, do you?
Yo, dude.
Hey,
Bobber.
Can y'all hear
Right.
Fritz? Because we can't.
Bobber, he went 8-0 in
cannot.
Gambling last week.
He just dropped
he
off.
left again.
I can't hear Fritz.
We'll
He
get him
left
back.
again.
He was muted.
Sorry, Bobber. He's a good dude. He really is. Really good dude.
Wait, there he is coming back.
Am I in? Yes, I'm in now.
There we go.
Yes,
Oh, there he
we
is.
can
I'm
hear you.
technologically advanced
I hear you. What's up?
or something like that.
Fritz, do you think Florida State's going to make the playoff?
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't know that? No.
What do you think about Georgia not making the playoff?
Why am I being put on this to give my opinion?
That is up to David
Oh, my
Wilson.
Lord.
Oh,
You left in anger.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't like that.
It's on
He
and
didn't
off.
like that at all.
man.
Guys, if he comes back, we've got to give him a shot to air his grievance.
Bobber, seriously,
Yeah.
the guy's a cool dude. Yeah.
He left, right? You asked him a question, he left. Yeah.
Gutsy attacked him right out of the gate, asked him how Florida State was going to get in.
You asked
What
him
do
one
we-
question.
let's go back to the Rothschild thing. That in fact we had him.
I don't know who you're talking about, but there is some Pulpwood guy that showed
Yeah.
up.
I'm sorry, Pulpwood. My bad. Yeah.
Did some rich dude come on named Rothschild? Some
Yeah.
Pulpwood.
Aristocracy.
Sounds like somebody's consigliere.
My bad. Yeah, great term. Great term. Yes.
Consigliere.
Consigliere.
I sure hate that Big Booty Ruby, who's always been a big favorite of mine, is apparently incarcerated at this point. I hope she gets to watch the playoffs from jail.
I don't click at all. Oh, yeah. Where'd Fritz go?
Obviously dealing with issues. Bauer, do you realize? So the person you're looking at is Gutsy's son.
I know that. Yeah, I realize that.
Right. And you need to get Elizabeth or either daughter on there.
No, they're gone.
All right, hold on. He's back.
Oh.
I think. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. I don't know how to do this stuff, dude. This is the first time I've ever even been on Facebook.
Yeah, man, it's fine. It takes a little getting used to, but I think Gutsy probably told you it's Festivus, so we're all airing our grievances, and so we're going to give you the floor to air yours.
My grievances? I have no college football grievances. I'm a Gamecock. We suck every year, all year long. So there's my grievance, I guess, because I never have a chance to do anything good.
Well, Gutsy said you were a Florida State fan.
Well,
he's working on it.
Plays for them. So I'm a number 41 fan for Florida State, but I'm not a Florida State fan.
Number 41? What does that mean?
That's my nephew that plays for the Florida State Seminoles.
That's
why I follow Florida State.
All right.
Nice.
So he, he plays every game. So I watch every game because he's in every game. So
special teams,
tight end.
No, he's a middle linebacker, but he plays on special teams. He's on all the special teams on punt return, kick return, and he blew up some Louisville dude in the ACC game.
So knowing what you know about Florida,
is that why
State,
you went 8-0 last weekend?
Sorry.
Are you asking me what's going to happen in the Florida State Georgia game? Because I can tell you.
No, I'm asking you why you went 8-0. I'm impressed you went 8-0.
Who? The Florida State?
You went 8-0 in your game league.
Oh, last week, yeah, because a blind squirrel gets a net every once in a while.
Florida State?
That was the first time I've ever done that. But yeah, you guys are going to crush Florida State. No offense, I didn't say that, but it's going to be an ugly game. But I'm going to go.
Rob Buffalo's at the top of the screen. He's a big Georgia fan. I think he agrees. Minus 14. I think is a low job.
That's certainly impressive that your nephew plays for Florida State. What's that?
He's a walk-on, man. He walked on. He's Florida's all-time high school leading tackler. He walked on. Yeah, and he walked on. Played some last year, but redshirted, and he's still a walk-on, and he's played every game. He's going to get a letter. He's played linebacker in like 4 games this year. So it's pretty cool.
Man. I'm gonna be looking out for old number 41, man. That's a nice story.
He lit up some dude from Louisville last week or 2 weeks ago in the ACC championship game. The guy caught the punt and he hit him instantaneously and knocked him back 3 yards. It was unbelievable.
That's cool.
Wow. Yeah. So that's the only reason I know Florida State stuff. So I've gone to a bunch of Florida State games just because I'm following him, you know.
That's nice.
Plus the Gamecocks suck. And then you don't want to know where my son goes to college because then you'll
really think about Beamer.
Yeah, is Beamer on the hot seat?
No.
No.
He wouldn't be. We suck, dude. We suck. I mean, there's no way other to say it. 53 years of my life I've been watching him. Angie is a freaking fake Georgia Bulldog fan, by the way. She's really a Gamecock, just so y'all.
Oh!
But
Gutsy. Yeah, Scott Davis. Did you hear that?
Hey, she heard that. She's mad.
Yeah, okay. Whatever.
No, that's true. That's true.
Oh, my God.
She said that's true.
She just loves Walden. That's why she likes Georgia. Right? Bacon.
Her money goes there.
But, yeah, Beamer's going to be there for a while because he's a good recruiter.
Is he, though?
He's a good recruiter. I mean,
6-6.
Look at the – I mean, we suck, though. We always suck, and we always lose people.
Yeah, well, get Beamer out of there, and maybe y'all won't suck.
We had a worse coach before him named Willard Muschamp. The
colonel's
favorite person in the whole world.
Oh, now we're Okay.
I know we have to.
Now we're throwing Georgia
Bobber, I
shade.
love it.
But anyway, you guys are going to beat Florida State. Is that what you want me to say? And
Are we
Alex
going
said
to cover?
that-
Are we going to cover 14?
That's why we got you in here.
who knows? I mean, it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, should the real
Well, it
question
does
be
to
how
me.
stupid the NIL is?
Monetarily,
That's
it does.
the real question.
Sure.
Because it is stupid. It's dumb. I saw tonight, I was looking on my phone or on the internet while I was eating dinner, and Minnesota does not have a quarterback to play in the game, so they're paying some guy $30,000 to play quarterback in a bowl game. Tell me that's right. I mean, it's stupid.
That's cool.
It's absolutely bonkers. So there's my footballness.
Well, your schedule next year, South Carolina's schedule is pretty brutal.
Yeah, we have no chance. I mean, 3 weeks in a row, Ole Miss, at Alabama, and at
Oklahoma.
someone else good. Oh, Oklahoma, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't play you guys anymore. We don't play Florida anymore. And we don't play Tennessee, but then it somehow got worse. I'm not sure how that happened. We picked up LSU. We picked up we play Texas A&M already every year. I picked up Oklahoma. It's crazy.
You still have Vandy.
We have Mizzou's all of a sudden good. You know, I mean, it's crazy. We play Kentucky the second week of the season.
Yeah.
It's nuts so. But hey, what are you gonna? But that's why I get to go see real football at least once a year when I go visit my son at Alabama. So there you go.
Oh, your son's at Bama.
Yeah.
Well, why are you not a Bama fan?
Because
no.
Dan Wagner. I don't know, why did he go to Bama? You know, like he lives in Florida and decides to go to Bama. I mean, come on.
Because the acceptance rate is like 87%.
I think it's 110, but who knows?
What year is he?
He's sophomore. And ironically, next year when we play Alabama on the 12th of October, his 21st birthday is on the 14th of October. So I'll be there for that at least, you know. So
hey, sir, didn't you go to the World Series or one of the games?
Yeah, did I go?
Yeah,
this year?
For Tampa.
I went in the COVID year when it was weird, like in Dallas.
Yeah.
I'll say this: we're just eating, but we're listening. Now.
That's fine. Yes, eat.
Yeah, I went. It was a COVID year.
I'm listening to you. You were there when they won the national championship or whatever.
We never. I don't have teams that win championships.
Tampa, you were there when you were there when Tampa, the football team.
Yeah,
won
3 Stanley Cups and 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's what it is. The Stanley Cups. That's what. Yeah.
They were pretty cool, but my Lamecocks aren't any good in anything other than women's basketball.
They're not very good. No, they aren't. The Devil Rays.
Yeah, they're getting a new stadium, so hopefully they'll be competitive. But we just traded our best players.
What about that? Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, wait! I just thought of a grievance I have. How did we line up going to Austin next year during the F1 race, the Grand Prix of America? So there'll be no hotels for us.
It's a great question.
Did you know about that, Craig?
I did. Yes, I did.
All right. Yeah, that's who paid off who at the SEC office to have us come to Texas. At the same time as that, because that ensures we'll have no fans there.
Correct.
So that's a grievance. I mean, could they do it another weekend?
That racetrack's kind of south of Austin, you know.
Yeah, but good luck hotels. I mean, you're not gonna have one, I don't think, right? I don't know anything about F1 racing, but apparently it's giant. And everybody in the world, I mean, the whole country who likes that is coming. So I don't think there's going to be too many Dogs fans around.
That's probably true or not.
They might have to stay in San Mateo or I don't know. I'm just making up names here.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to stay in Austin. El Paso.
Have you been to Austin before?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a lot of hotels. It's a big city, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that this Formula One thing apparently attracts a couple 100,000 people.
Yeah, it's huge.
So that and our game on the same weekend, I see us already getting screwed there.
Yeah.
As far as we can't stay there.
I mean, you're gonna have to like fly into San Antonio or something and drive over.
Well, it's just out Texas. I think they must have greased the office to say let's do it that way, so the dogs can't come, and we'll just try to whoop on them with no fans here.
You want me to blow y'all's mind?
Yes,
Not on Austin, but on one of your games next year, specifically the September 28th game.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they just announced that schedule, I got my hotel for South Carolina, Alabama next year, like instantaneously. Why don't you go on Expedia and look at the hotel prices for
I've seen it.
$4,200 per night for hotels for Georgia, Alabama.
4,200?
Yeah.
4,200.
He's correct.
Per night.
Right.
Jeez.
It's crazy. Speaking of which, I paid $800 for 3 nights when the Gamecocks go to Tuscaloosa. Versus 4,500. So I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Well, I think I'll be watching it right there for nothing.
Yeah.
I'll go play Shoal Creek and have a great time. Having a blast. Both,
yes.
Great
golf course
for the dogs. Yeah. I'm not gonna pay $4,200. I'll stay at a friend's house.
Yeah, I saw that.
Stay at Augie's fraternity house on the floor. You might not live.
Yeah, I definitely can do that. 100%.
Campground, Craig.
No doubt. We've done it before.
The old campground. If you think I'd stay at a campground to go into Bryant-Denny Stadium and watch Georgia play Alabama, man. Nah.
No, but you will stay on the campground while we're going out west.
That's right.
Oh yeah, I'll make Augie move out, and I'll give you his room in his house.
No,
yeah, we'll make
$2,000.
No, dude, we're fine. I mean, we'll discuss later. D-Double or Mad Dog wants to discuss.
Well, I mean, what I was going to say is, get a room in Birmingham and get a driver. That's the play to go to that game.
It sounds like we can't get a room in Birmingham.
You can't get a room in Birmingham? I thought she was giving room quotes for Tuscaloosa.
Yeah,
you can't get a room anywhere than 35 miles of the stadium. So,
well, I mean, Birmingham's an hour.
Yeah, so you're good. Go to Birmingham.
Yeah.
I would stay with a great friend of mine.
Mobile.
I would stay with Cal. Yeah,
Mobile.
I'll sleep on his floor.
Not Mobile.
Mobile's like 5 hours away.
I think you guys
I'm going to stay in Scottsboro after that game. Up there with lost luggage.
What is y'all's? Sorry to cut you off for what y'all spend on that game? What do you think the line's going to be? And do you think that Georgia will win?
3.5 dogs.
You think that's where the line is? You think that's the line is?
It's already set.
Oh, wait.
That's the early line?
It's already set? Really?
There's no way.
Like 2 days ago.
No lying.
Are you talking about Mad Dog?
The bacon from bacon.
Lying, Doughboy. Doughboy, don't come on here and lie.
It's 3.5. Dogs favored.
I think 3.5. Bama favored.
No.
Bama is going to be a poverty school.
You're already going to the 28th of next year.
Yeah. So 3.5 dogs.
I'll give you Alabama insight because I watch them too. I can give you Florida State insight too, but Alabama, if you look at their roster, the majority of their players this year were all sophomores. Yeah. They had a few people sprinkled in everywhere.
I'm sorry.
They're going to have everyone coming back next year. And for them, that playoff this year was a surprise because they were expecting next year to be in the playoff.
Yeah.
Now, that was, of course, before the SEC schedule just came out. But they're loaded for next year. I mean, they're going to be good. I don't know as much about y'all. I know you've had a couple guys leave. But
we had a bunch of freshmen playing this.
Back. I would think they're going to be favored tonight.
I think we had the 8th most freshman play this year or something like that.
Actually, I can tell you this stat too. The most freshman stats in the country were the most inbred rednecks that hump sheep.
What, the Clemson Tigers?
They had the most freshman snaps of anyone in the country. The South Carolina Gamecocks had the second most amount of freshman snaps in the country. And you guys you were up there, but
like
you were like
4th
or 5th, and Alabama was either the 5th or the 4th when I saw that stat.
We were right there, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Fritz,
minutes.
Fritz, you being a South Carolina expert, what does Clemson have coming back?
I have no. I don't.
Bunch
I
of
hate that
freshmen.
school.
Bunch of freshmen.
Yeah,
He's not a South
they're
Carolina fan.
weird.
He's a South Carolina. He's not a Clemson fan. He hates.
No, it's weird. Clemson is so like the Florida State kid's teammate went to Clemson and he got a full scholarship and he started it as a true freshman at middle linebacker at Clemson. And he's a good player. His name's Wade Woodeyes. And this year, after like 3 games, he hardly ever played again this year. It was weird. And I thought they regressed personally, but who knows? They hired that guy from Ole Miss. He's their new offensive line coach. That was their head coach a couple years ago. That's a offensive line specialty guy, Matt Rule.
Matt Luke.
Or Matt Luke, yeah, that's
He
Rule's
was
the Nebraska guy.
Yeah. He used to be guy.
He's at Clemson, and they hired someone else. I can't remember. Oh, they hired Chris Rumpf, the defensive line coach. So who knows? But I mean, what kind of company are we in here?
What Fritz? What do you think? So our first game, if I saw it today correctly, what's going to be the line of the Georgia Clemson game?
That's going to be an interesting game. I would think it's in Atlanta, right? In the Georgia Dome.
It is. Yes.
I don't think Clemson's that good, man. I'm telling you, they've lost a lot. You know, they had Garrett Riley this year. He didn't really do much there, in my opinion. I think you guys will be favored by like 8 or 9 points at least.
You want a Georgia Clemson line?
Yeah, on August 31st.
22.
I don't think it'll be that crazy. You're not going to see a line like that on the first game.
That team might make a bowl next year.
Well, can I say it?
I love the Doughboy hot takes. I love the Doughboy hot takes.
I disagree with what he said.
Clemson's problem is that it's like everyone in this thread, and it doesn't work.
Where even is Clemson?
It's in some cow field in the middle of nowhere.
No, it's in Atlanta. The game's in Atlanta.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I'm just saying the Clemson is irrelevant.
I mean,
they won't make the 12-team playoff for 6 years.
Yeah, I don't know who their quarterback's going to be next year. I mean, that guy they had this year is not going to be a quarterback.
Hey, Dick Nick.
Yeah. I don't know. My opinion is they got way too many white boys on that team.
I agree.
To be good anymore. I mean, let's be honest. That's what everyone he recruits there is white guys now.
Yeah, here comes Debo.
I call one maybe
it's Dabo,
14.
But I think they're an afterthought. I Florida State's past them as far as I'm concerned for the all chump conference. But
Whoa. Yeah, you're South Carolina, not our chumped up conference.
Yeah. No, I'm saying that.
He's talking about ACC.
Yeah, the all-chump conference is passed. Florida State's the king of that conference now. They're getting Cam Ward out of the transfer portal to be their quarterback next year.
Cam Ward.
I'm just saying, they're hopes faded with Jordan Travis going down.
Beth Bowens.
This is the best move ever made. Put him on that.
If Clemson goes 8-4 again, is Dabo on the hot seat?
Clemson going 8-4 is a miracle.
Next year?
Next year. Any year for the rest of the world.
Yeah. That's a good question. Who knows?
Clemson will never be anything ever again. I promise you.
I agree.
Count it right here.
I agree with you, Doughboy.
Record it.
I agree, Doughboy.
They won't even come close. They won't even come close to the 12-team playoff ever.
Dabo's
That's not true. They play an all-chump conference. I mean,
they're still going to lose.
Yeah, they can lose. I mean, they're going to lose to Georgia in the first game, but it doesn't matter.
Whoa.
Next year, you're gonna have a team that makes the playoffs that's gonna have 3 losses, guarantee it.
It might be us.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying.
They might
you know,
beat us too. They might beat
it's
us
probably
and
gonna be a
still go
bunch of
6 and
SEC
6.
teams, you know, like beating up on each other. You know,
They might
it's
beat
crazy.
the Dogs and
Their
still go
schedules are
5 and 7.
ridiculous. I mean, Florida, for instance, they're done. Like Napier's going to get killed, but they play Miami, Florida State, and UCF out of conference next year.
Now I'm starting to say dumb stuff.
And this is Fritz. Here comes Fritz. I love it.
Yeah. I'm saying, yeah.
I agree. Florida is in it.
That's all.
They're in a ton of poop.
They're in a shambles, man.
And I know a lot about them because all the people I hang out with are those Gator fans and think they're God's gift to earth, like
You're
one
a Gator
Johnny
fan.
Davis, you know. But hey, Scott.
Clemson's schedule next year is pretty easy.
Yeah, it's simple. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Say they'll never be in the playoff again. That's ridiculous with their conference, you know. And same with Florida State. I mean, they got a pretty easy schedule next year too, especially now you've seen all the SEC schedules. You know?
All right. Question. Sorry, Rob, to cut you off. Is it true that I mean, I do agree that Florida has the worst or toughest schedule. Is that right?
Yeah, it's bad. It's brutal. And in November, they play Ole Miss, Texas.
I mean, what about the Dogs? Georgia. What about Alabama? What about Auburn? I mean, we all have with Oklahoma and Texas joining. It's tough.
It's crazy. It's a nuts conference.
What do you mean straight?
There's my dog.
Somebody's trying to kill Chris.
They got my dog going.
Sorry.
Hey,
That's hilarious. My dogs heard those dogs. They started barking.
But yeah, I mean, if you look at a schedule in SEC now, I mean, that's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And they get Texas, who's in the college football playoff this year, joining. You get Oklahoma, that's good usually every year. It's absolutely nuts. The amount of games you have to play that are hard next year, you know. And then look at it. Like I think Alabama opens against somebody. I can't remember who they open up. Then they play USF at
Western
home.
Kentucky.
Okay, then they go to Wisconsin, which is a big game for Alabama to go to out of conference.
What?
You know, at Wisconsin. LSU opens up next year at in Vegas against Southern Cal. I'm just saying, like, and someone plays Notre Dame from the SEC next year too. I can't remember.
It is
Georgia?
No.
No.
God, who is it? Hold on. It's it might be Ole Miss.
Bobber, do we?
No, we don't know.
No,
We don't
you
know.
know who it is? It's Texas plays at Notre Dame next year.
Maybe
And they're even joining the SEC. I mean, not that those teams are that good, but
Hey, I got a
big
good,
time
great
to play
question.
those games.
Great question. So I think obviously Bama and Georgia are overpowering in the SEC, but I think teams like Mizzou and maybe Kentucky, maybe Florida, maybe Tennessee match up very well against like Texas and Oklahoma.
Why do you say maybe 3 teams? Go ahead.
I'm saying like teams that aren't as good as Georgia and Alabama. Like I think Missouri will beat the brakes off of Oklahoma. You know? Do you not agree?
Right now, I would say yeah. They're not beating Texas though.
I don't think they're beating Texas, but I think they match up very well with those.
Wait. I'm asking Rob for his opinion. But if you don't think Georgia would beat Texas? Are you kidding me?
Wait, what did you say, Craig?
He just said
Auger.
He just said Missouri would beat
Missouri.
Oklahoma.
Beat Texas.
I'm just saying Missouri matches up well with the teams that are coming in this year.
This year's Missouri.
Every
Yes, I don't know about next year's.
Well, I'm just saying like Texas and Oklahoma aren't going to be as good as they are. I mean, they're not good. I don't think they're good. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
I think
Texas is good.
in
Oklahoma,
SEC,
not too much.
Texas might have next year. I mean, you just don't know.
Whoa.
That would be a big step down.
big fella.
But I would like
Everyone's
to take
hyping
that
these
bet up
Texas
with
and
you if you
Oklahoma
want
teams
instead
for
of going
no
to
reason.
Vegas.
They're coming to a new conference. They're going to get their butt whooped.
Oh, they whipped Alabama's butt already once this year.
What? That wasn't the
They
same
lost
Alabama team.
Oklahoma in their
They
traditional
got
rivalry
beat in
game.
their butt. They just won the game.
That wasn't the same Alabama team.
True.
I agree.
That's right.
Because I went to the game the next week when they
True.
played here in Tampa.
You went to that game? That's awesome.
And they benched Milrow. He didn't even play that game.
Oh, you went to USF?
Yeah, Alabama played at USF, and they barely won the game. Milrow didn't play, and then
Right.
it set his brain on fire for the rest of the season. It was a great move by Saban.
Yeah, really.
I think Alabama's quarterback is borderline terrible.
No.
I mean, he didn't even against Georgia. He
underthrows a lot of passes, but they work out because the receivers are so freaking good.
And he can beat you with his legs too.
Yeah. You can't play man against him hardly.
That's always been a problem for Georgia.
Because if you do, you're going to pay for it. He's going to be next thing you know, you're going to look around. He's going to be 20 yards downfield hauling butt.
Yeah, in Buffalo, Georgia does not match up well against those running QBs either. But I mean, we got to figure out something for that.
Historically, Alabama matched up
Buffalo. If we get 3 cracks at Bama next year, by the 3rd time we'll have it figured out.
Yeah,
we will beat them all.
By the 3rd time, we better be in.
No, in my opinion, we would beat them all 3 times.
Well, okay. I'll as Fritz said earlier, I'll probably take that bet, especially
I'll take it too.
Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, I would. If it was at Georgia,
I would.
I hope you're right.
I mean, that was a neutral site game just now. You lost by 3. At Alabama, traditionally, you should be able to lose to them. And then you should be at Georgia, you guys should be a toss-up game, based on this year.
You're right. I respect your opinion. I promise you I do. I love the ability for Kirby. I don't know what happened last time. I have no idea.
What happened was we were
a variety of things. It was a combination.
We were pretty injured as a whole, and then we made a couple of mistakes. We fumbled. They never did. We fumbled deep.
We missed a few.
Out of it.
We missed a few.
Well, yeah, we missed that.
Yeah, that missed field goal hurt.
So that's a 6-point swing right there. They got a field goal.
Well, the 4th down as well.
We made critical errors. You miss a field goal, you have an end around, you drop it on your 15, you're probably not going to beat Alabama.
Tell Fritz. Tell Fritz. I said this from the show.
You can hear you.
Fritz.
Yes.
Andrew.
Fritz, this reminds me of Sunday mornings in your dorm room listening to Sparky Woodshed.
Yeah, exactly.
Sparky
every week. Sparky, baby. Greatest SEC coach of all time. Just joking. You want my opinion on why y'all lost that game to Georgia?
Yes.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Because Andrew was pulling for the
Both sides of the line of scrimmage completely took over and dominated in the 4th quarter for Alabama. That's why you lost the game.
Because we were rotating over there.
Yeah, I mean, their offensive line is a better offensive line. That's the reason you lost. That's simple as that.
And
that's just my opinion.
And we had 3 huge injuries.
Yeah, but I mean, he's not wrong because that happened.
You're right. He's not wrong. Yeah.
I mean, but it
happened for a reason.
I don't have allegiance to either of his teams, but in my opinion, Alabama's offensive line took over that entire 4th quarter, and their defensive line did to an extent too. And the reason I think Alabama, I'm getting back to it. Alabama returns all their offensive linemen next year. That's why I'm saying they're not going away next year. I mean, they might not win every game, but they're still going to be good. It's crazy, dude.
What grade is Milrow in?
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
he's in last year. Milrow's in last year.
No, he'll be back next year.
No, he's back already. He's already.
I'm agreeing with that. But
okay.
This is going to be his last year.
I think Alabama's run game will be better next year.
Roydell, I love Roydell, honestly.
I don't give a. Why are we talking about Alabama?
I don't know. I just was
because
we're
talking about our biggest problem. I mean, that's our biggest problem right now.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. I mean, truthfully, that's fine and dandy, but Texas joining, they're in the playoff too. I mean, they're kind of all of a sudden your rival now too, and you play them.
Texas didn't play anybody. They beat Alabama, a crappy Alabama. They're fine. I mean, Texas isn't what we think Texas is.
What if the Arch gets Eli to come play quarterback for him?
Yeah. Then we got a problem.
No.
Or Peyton comes back and plays for him.
That's funny.
But they did lose. They lost their second string quarterback. He put it when the portal. Texas did already.
Yes, he did. Yep.
You know
who? Malik?
Yeah.
Malik, yeah.
He went to
No, he hadn't gone anywhere yet. I don't think.
I just heard.
I thought I think he might have committed to Michigan State or somewhere like that. I'm not sure.
Possibly.
Someone committed to Michigan State, but I can't remember who it was.
Definitely.
It was Riley Leonard. It was Duke.
He went to Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
From Duke. He went to Notre Dame.
You got it?
Go Catholics. Go Catholics.
Yeah, Malik Murphy. He has not decided where yet. Yeah.
Correct. That's right.
He's a good guy. I mean a good player.
Do you know him? Know one?
Malik Murphy.
Yeah, they're buddies, man.
Quarterback for Notre Dame's name.
Right now. Oh, who's quarterback? Who's Notre Dame's quarterback? Who was Notre Dame's quarterback?
Hartman.
Hartman. Sam Hartman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he declared for the pros.
Let's talk about who the cutest quarterback in the
That'd be Fritz Hoffmeister.
I mean, yeah.
That'd be Mad Dog.
That would be Sam Hartman.
Wow, you think so, Angie? Or I would think you would say Sam or Scott Davis.
Yeah, I would too. He's
good.
Scott used to play. I mean,
we all know that the hottest quarterback in NCAA football.
I don't know how good Scott.
Spencer Rattler.
He was.
Hold on. Let's pause.
Hold on. Fritz had a good point. Can you say that again, Fritz?
The hottest quarterback in the college football this year, no doubt, and no one can argue is Spencer Rattler.
Mr. Albino.
You know, he has a sister that looks just like him, dude. It's crazy.
He's an albino. I heard he had that. Whatever that.
Yeah,
albinism.
his sister does too. She plays volleyball. She's a college volleyball player, and she looks just like him. It's crazy.
There's something I want to cut off. Are we still being recorded on the Mad Dog show?
Yes, we are. Do I need to stop it?
Of course, they go. Yes.
I mean, we can edit out anything we want.
I mean, poor Rob Buffalo.